Legends Tour has been breaking down barriers and the players have been getting some new stamps in their passports this year. A return to Barbados after 15 years and first-time visits to Zambia and India show what a global tour the Legends Tour has become. And this week signals another brand new stop-off for the Legends on the stunning Mexican coastline, and boy, it's a beauty. Hello and welcome to the WCM Mexico Senior Open. This amazing stretch of coastline here at Punta Mita is home to a 1,500-acre resort that boasts 2 Jack Nicklaus signature golf courses and much, much more. It's a particularly strong field this week and the players are super excited to be here.
I've been playing well, I'm kind of healthy. I just enjoy great weather and great courses, and it's always nice to play golf, and especially in great places like this.
We've got some fantastic sea views, ocean views, and greens are running well, and now the golf course is playing good, so I'm looking forward to it.
I'm really excited about being here. I mean, it's just come here, temperature is perfect, golf course is in great condition, and that's really something we've been looking forward to over the last few months, to get this as firm greens, fast greens, and again, the weather is just outstanding. So, excited about being here.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that I grew up playing with on the European Tour and some old faces, and that's great. That's a great thing about the Legends Tour, is seeing the old faces and coming back and actually competing and playing with them.
Corey, fairways like carpets, tees like carpets. How great is it to be back at Punta Mita?
Oh, it's always great to come back here. I've been coming here for a long time, probably about 15 years. I've come here with my family and just hung out. So it's nice to come back for a tournament, and I get to see some people I haven't seen for a long time as well.
Now let's talk about the course requirements here at Punta Mita. It's absolutely stunning, great condition. What sort of shots are required?
A lot of good ones. It's a Nicklaus course, so your shots into the greens have to be pretty accurate. Greens have a little bit of movement on them. Fairways are ample, so if you just hit good solid drives, you can give yourself good shots into the greens. But it's all about the second shots out here and chipping and putting.
Corey, good luck and play well this week.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Where are we going? We're going to find your ball on another fairway. This guy.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of the fairway up here. It's good for a change.
Last time out there was a fantastic maiden victory for Simon Griffiths. After knocking on the door for some time, Simon won the Farm Foods European Senior Masters hosted by Peter Baker. His 2-shot victory propelled him into the top 10 of the MCB Road to Mauritius. It is going to be tough to catch the ever-consistent Adilson de Silva, but his closest challengers will be doing their best in this, the penultimate event of the Legends Tour season. Coming up later in the show, we take a few illustrious names in search of the tail of the whale.
That's actually looking really good though, no?
But first of all, let's get to the story of all the early round action with our commentary team, Paul Ills and Richard Kaufman.
Thanks, Rachel. First up, there was a special guest to get things underway.
Please welcome back to Mexico one of the greatest legend of golf, Mr. Lee Trevino.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm 85 years old. This hole is 150 yards. Normally I would hit 7-iron, but because I'm 85, I'm gonna cut a driver. That's it. This is all this is gonna be. Keep rolling, baby.
The great Lee Trevino. Well, Rachel mentioned Adilson de Silva. A top 3 finish this week could have seen him crowned as the 2024 MCB Road to Mauritius champion. But with rounds of 70 and 72, that scenario looked unlikely for the Brazilian, who sat in 26th place with a round to go. But last year's Legends Tour #1, Peter Baker, gave himself a great opportunity to close the gap at the top of the rankings. The winner of the season opener in Barbados, just 2 off the lead with rounds of 68 and 67. Rich Beam has been coming here to Punta Mita every year since 2009, and his home knowledge looked as if it was paying off. 68-67 over the first 2 days, the major champion was 2 back. After opening with a 69, Greg Owen put together a fine second round that included 6 birdies and an eagle. At 66, he was another tied for third at 9 under. The early clubhouse target was set by Simon Kahn. The Englishman is yet to win on the Legends Tour, but a second day 66 left him at 11 under par. That was matched later in the day by Stephen Alker. The New Zealander based in Phoenix arrived in Mexico in top form, having clinched the Champions Tour rankings for the second time in 3 years in the US just the previous weekend. Tied for the lead after a day 1 66, Alker added a 67 in round 2 to move back to the top.
Yeah, I just knew the game was there, so just anchor down, knew some chances coming in, and I took advantage of them, so which was great.
I've had a couple of good tournaments, but you know, just finishing it off, and I think I've just put myself, I've tried too hard really, you know, when it's come down to the sort of final days, and a couple of times I felt like I've tried a bit too hard, so that's the key tomorrow. If you can't relax here, you can't relax anywhere, I suppose.
Alker and Kahn leading the way, but there are Ryder Cup players and major champions in close attendance, just 4 shots separating the top 9.
Final day here in Punta Mita. Now there might be less wind, but one thing's for certain, there's going to be tricky pins and fast Bermuda greens. The final pairing, we've got Simon Kahn, who's looking for a maiden win on the Legends Tour, and Charles Schwab Cup winner Steve Alker just behind me. It's tight at the top of the leaderboard, and it's set to be a fantastic final day.
Well, starting the day tied 8th, James Kingston was looking for a fast start. That's exactly what the South African got. A birdie at the first, straight to 8 under par. A Mexican legend, Esteban Toledo, was living up to his status even at the age of 62. 5 back going into the last day, the first Mexican to win on the Champions Tour, made birdie at the second to keep his hopes alive. Out in the penultimate 2-ball, Greg Owen was looking to improve on the 2 third-place finishes he'd already picked up on this season's Legends Tour. A birdie at the first would do no harm, now 10 under. Co-overnight leader Simon Kahn wanted to feel relaxed in that bid for a breakthrough, spending time at the beach club the previous afternoon, hopefully getting him in the right frame of mind. Kahn parred the first, as did Stephen Alker, the man alongside him at the top. Both players still at 11 under par. Now Paul Eales, they're off to the second.
Beautiful par 4, ocean all down the right-hand side. Players can carry the bunkers down there, but staying left and on the fairway critical, because that's a tiny little green that's in the distance. Doesn't miss many fairways, doesn't miss many putts either.
Yeah, it's a pretty handy combination, isn't it, really?
Seems to work well. There we go. Oh, look at the bounce forward as well. That puts him in pole position to attack the flag here on the second.
Simon Kahn was talking about sucking in the views. You've got a nice one here.
Yeah, absolutely spectacular place, Punta Mita. Good golf course too. You've got to have your wits about you. Find the fairway critical because of the rough. That's a good start there from Simon as well.
Gorgeous views at the second, same story at the 5th. Interesting with Simon Kahn. I know it took you a couple of years to get your breakthrough Legends Tour win, Paul, and he's been knocking on the door.
He certainly has, and will continue to do so. And here's a fella who's knocked on the door and gone through many times. James Kingston. Just recently relocated to Plettenberg Bay down in South Africa, and a lovely shot there on this tricky par 3.
Yeah, he sort of picked up a birdie at the third, so Kingston's at 9 under. Back to the final 2-ball at the second.
Yeah, the greens complexes here are relatively small, and being in the fairway is critical. Not easy to get the spin because of the grasses on the fairway. Short iron there. That's a lovely approach from Simon.
That's a nice little nerve settler. Just avoided the greenside bunker here, Esteban Toledo, taking the putter out. Quite a quick one here.
Yeah, wise to take the putter. I mean, the surrounds are absolutely pure, as are the greens this week. That's pretty good.
Yeah, winner of the actual Mexico Open back in 2000, Esteban. Hopefully he remembers to pick up his putter cover there. Anyway, back to Alka. Let's see what he's got at the second. Anywhere inside Simon Khan will do.
Yeah, and he doesn't miss many greens either, Stephen Alka. Just a short iron in. Looking to get this one close. Generous pin on the left-hand side. Oh, he got the spin there.
It's been an incredible few years for him.
It really has, from a start that didn't look too good. He keeps winning. Now, James, former #1 on the Legends Tour. Oh, got the pace and the line all wrong there.
Yeah, hopefully pop that in, save his par. So this for Alka to get the first birdie in this final group.
He doesn't miss many from this range. Dead centre.
12 under par. You feel like he is the man to beat, given the pedigree he's shown the last few years.
Yeah, from a tough start where he was in the States, not making many cuts and stuff, he's turned 50 and wow, can't stop winning.
So Toledo 4 back now at 8 under.
Now Simon, pretty straight here, into the grain. Got to be nice and firm with this one. And he does. 2 good birdies there on the second hole.
Certainly were. If the chasing pack were hoping for a little help from the front 2, little sign that would be happening from the opening exchanges. Alex Chaker moving to 8 under, but it's Alka and Khan still flying high at the top in Mexico. Welcome back to highlights of the WCM Mexico Senior Open. Whilst mainly a golf broadcaster these days, 2002 PGA champion Rich Beem opened with rounds of 68 and 67. Earlier in the week, Rachel called up with him to go over some of the fundamentals he always works on.
Every time I go see my instructor, Cameron Doan, up in Dallas, Texas, he looks at the same 3 things as well. We go alignment, posture, and grip. I mean, it's those basic things, you know, because sometimes my grip will get a little on the weak side, and then sometimes I'll get it too strong. And so just trying to get out there where it feels good and I'm able to maneuver the golf ball the way I want to with my hands. And again, sometimes it's a little bit too weak and it's harder to hit the draw, and sometimes it's too strong and sometimes it's hard to hit the fade. So basically just trying to get hands comfortable on the club again. And then again, it's just making sure that I stand up quite a bit, because sometimes as we get older, shoulders roll a little bit more and we tend to fall towards the earth. It's the basic things every single day. I mean, if you look at world #1 Scotty Scheffler, look at the training aid that he has on his grip.
Yeah.
He uses that every single day. And for having world #1 do it, I can't believe that there's more guys, not only in the PGA Tour, Champions Tour, even your amateurs. I would think that those would be, one of the things you'd always want to make sure of is checking your grip every single day.
I think it is very overlooked, the
basics.
basics.
Because, my dad, who was a great teacher, always said, the only thing that's attached to the club is your hands.
Yes, yeah.
And if your hands are not in a good position, how can you control the golf club the way that you want to?
Yeah.
And he was right, and I've been blessed with, that knowledge, and he worked on my grip every single day. I work on my grip every single day. And again, I can tell some days, because some days I hit it, my misses are left. Like, okay, I gotta weaken my hands just a little bit. And some days my misses are too far out to the right. Okay, I gotta strengthen it just a little bit. And it's just the small, minute things that we can do as professionals that help us out. And again, they help amateurs out as well.
Some good tips there from Rich Beem, but let's get back to how he was faring in this final round of the WCM Mexico Senior Open. He started the last stages 2 off the lead despite playing with a bit of an injury. But even with that birdie at the 9th, his first of the day, he turned at 1 over for his round, hence the puff of the cheeks. A couple of Mexican players moving into the hunt.
Second time's a charm, come on. in a row. He did the same thing on the last hole.
Alejandro Quiroz, all smiles, holding out 2 holes in a row, 9 under the turn. His compatriot Esteban Toledo going even better, out in 31, the 4 times Champions Tour winner, up to 10 under. With a win, a second and a third this season, Peter Baker would have been confident of more progress in Mexico. But it was a mixed front 9 with 2 bogeys, and this tee shot at the 5th setting up one of 2 birdies. As he was overnight, Baker 9 under. This birdie at the par 5 4th meant Simon Carr moved quickly to 13 under par. Unfortunately, the Englishman then gave them back with bogeys at 5 and 7. Stephen Alker moving to 13 under par. Second last week in the Champions Tour finale in Phoenix. Alker birdied the 2nd and 4th, but didn't make the most of this opportunity at the 6th. Greg Owen has won on the DP World Tour, but never on the Legends Tour. But with 4 unanswered birdies over the front 9, maybe today was going to be the day. But the biggest move was coming from James Kingston. This, at the 8th, sparked a fantastic run that would take him into a share of the lead. Another birdie followed here at 9, another at 10, and an eagle at 11. It meant there were 3 players at 13 under par. Looking at the leaderboard, Simon Carr now 2 behind, and Sean McKill, the 2003 PGA Championship winner, still going along steadily with 2 birdies and a bogey. The American 4 back as the final pair reached the 9th.
Par 5, down the hill, the ocean behind. It's a really good looking hole. Got to be brave off the tee, take the bunkers on down the right hand side. Offers a chance to get home in 2 to this well protected green. Hazard down the left hand side. Tee shot down the right, really. Tighter to the right you can get, the better angle into the green. We said before, Steve doesn't miss many fairways. There's another good swing.
Conditions today, a little overcast, Paul. Does that make any difference?
Yeah, the ball not quite travelling as far. The intermittent rain showers coming in, but temperature's still up there in the high 20s. Like it's going left, it is. Find the fairway. Probably won't be able to get home in 2 there from Simon. Not his best, but beautiful par 3 10th hole. And again, the pin on the back corner there. It could just show with the design of these greens, depending on where the hole is cut, could make the hole really play a half a shot harder. Looking Rich here to try and draw this ball in from right to left. Take a straight line in at the flag and you're landing on a downslope. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe birdie at 9, going to kickstart some positivity for Rich Beam. Back to the final hole of the front 9, Simon Carr.
Going to keep this well down the right hand side here, Simon. Not made the right contact on that one, but it's down the right. Avoid the bunker. It's a relatively easy pitch down the green he'll have from there, so he won't be displeased when he gets down there. After that huge drive from Stephen, he can chase this ball in from right to left. Cameraman's a good line there. Again, just leaked it out the right hand side, but the pin back left, not a bad miss there.
Back to that picturesque par 3, the 10th, down the hill here for Greg Owen. Outside chance for the outright lead.
Quick down the slope there. Steady now. Steady. Oh, he's judged that well, Greg. That's a very, very good putt.
He spent most of his time, didn't he, out on the PGA Tour, but great to see him on the Legends Tour.
Yeah, he gave me a putting lesson early on in the week as well. didn't work. I'll demand my money back now. Straightforward pitch from Simon here. Everything running away from him. Steady now. That's pretty good from there.
Yeah, impressive touch from Simon Khan. Pars at 12 and 13. How about that run from him around the turn?
Spectacular from James. A short hole here, the 14th. Tricky and offers up many birdie opportunities though. James will have to settle for par here.
Yeah, turned 50 in July 2021, Alka. He's won over $10 million in prize money in the US since.
When I talked about a good miss, it meant that he had all that green to work with down to that pin. He's misjudged that, and that's a tricky putt as well from there now. He won't be overly pleased with that one.
This for back-to-back birdies for Beam.
Big swing outside the left here for Rich. Oh, just under-read that one. One of those days.
He's gone with the colourful hat today.
Yeah, the umbrella's up, not protecting them from the sun, but from the rain showers. After that beautiful approach putt from Greg. Tidies up. He wouldn't have been pleased with the tee shot, but a 3 here is no mean feat at all.
So he stays at 13 under, but Alka has this to get to -14.
There you go. That's how you do it. 9 feet straight in, birdie.
So pure. He hit it with such authority.
When your confidence up, you tend to do that. Here's a fella who can putt.
Yeah, playing with James Kingston is Corey Pavin. And oh yes, par save keeps him at 6 under, which is where he was after day one when he shot a round of 66. Who have they got their eyes on? Kingston.
Yeah, it's a short hole, the 14th, as in a drive and a little pitch, so James was in a bit of trouble there, but he tidies up, keeps his round going. Par 5, 15th to come.
Yeah, welcome return to form for him. Not had a top 10 in his last 9 starts. Khan to get his birdie. That was vital.
It was, keeps him in there.
Yeah, but Stephen Alka showing an air of authority that you'd expect from a player that's won 8 times in the last 3 years. The Kiwi edging it from Greg Owen and a charging James Kingston. All to play for on the Pacific coast of Mexico.
Here at Punta Mita, there is one of the most spectacular par 3s I have ever seen. And although the players won't be playing it this week, we got some of them to take it on. Over to you, boys.
It's got to be playing about 195, and you and I are not tall gentlemen, so I'm going to take a 5-iron. I got to put it back in my stance and roast this.
In my language, it's 162 meters. I have to correct him once.
You're a 2-time champion. Major champion on the Champions Tour. Oh, I hit that. No, I hit that chunky. That was so chunky. No, that actually bounced off the rocks.
Oh, rocks.
That's okay.
That ball is gone.
That's okay.
Should I correct him one more time?
No.
3-time senior major champion instead
Wow.
of 2 times.
Oh, 3 times.
So just somewhere on the green, huh? Oh, carry the rocks.
This working nicely.
Carry the rocks, baby. It carried, so ooh.
I can't believe that.
I like it. Ooh, he's using the same club.
No, I'm keep blocking it out to the right. I'm afraid of the water on the left.
This one is safe though.
Dang it. Do you always, play with your shoes untied?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Yes, you
I have
do.
better balance. Oh, this one looks good.
This one does look good. I can't lie with you.
Oh, yes. Pin high. So far, Europe is up. That's actually looking really good, though, no?
That's a distance, but it's fighting the wind.
Yes.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh, it's up there.
Woo. sunshine decided to show up. Oh, that's looking good.
Cover, baby. It did.
Oh, that's too bad. For me, that is.
Oh, I think it's good.
Well, listen.
I think it's really good.
Listen, that is a very subjective statement.
Oh. Okay, that one is good. Good for 3. The chance to win the match.
I'm telling you, that one is sneaky,
yeah,
difficult to read.
Yeah, this one is really difficult.
I know. Oh, look at that bounce in the hole.
Look at this. Look at this. Thanks.
You know what?
Thank you to the fans.
Alex,
thank you very much.
You're the best, buddy.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure for the duel.
Shaker went best then in the Tail of the World Challenge, and he was also going best out of the 2 in the WCM Mexico Senior Open. This birdie at 17, moving the 3-time senior major champion, we hear you, Alex, to 9 under par. After an up and down front 9, Simon Khan needed to keep the forward push going after his birdie at 9, a par at 10, and then this for birdie at the par 5 11th, now 1 back at 13 under. Also moving to 13 under par, another Englishman, Greg Owen. It's a pity to turn your back on the gorgeous views, but Owen knew there was work to do. A nice touch, setting himself up for a birdie chance at the 11th, which he would take, his 5th birdie of the day. Stephen Alker, the one leading going into the back 9, but the New Zealander failed to pick up a shot here at the 10th or at the par 5 that was to come next. He stayed at 14 under par. After that amazing run where James Kingston had picked up 5 shots in 4 holes, he'd parred the next 3, but back amongst the birdies at 15 and back into a share of the lead for the South African. It was starting to look as if it was between the top 4 for the title in Mexico, Kingston and Alker ahead, but Englishmen Owen and Khan just a shot adrift.
Alex, big tee shot down 18, pin right at the back of this green. There is a backstop. Maybe does go a little long. Oh, catches the downslope, goes long. Will it roll back? Come on. There we go. Almost like he's been here before.
Corey Pavin watching on. James Kingston hoping for another.
Oh, get in.
7 birdies and an eagle. That putter's on fire.
And James came through the field in Italy last year, didn't he, with a final round 61.
To the par 3 13th. Simon Khan 1 back as it stands.
It's a good tee shot from Simon, the pin right on the back of this long downhill par 3. Playing 205 yards.
Great moment last year on the Glamorgan coast for the Senior Open champion at Royal Porthcawl. Now enjoying himself on the Pacific coast here in Mexico, and that is a nice way to finish. Birdie, birdie. Round of 68 matches his effort from day 1.
A terrific tee shot down the hill. Not a lot of movement in this putt. Would expect him to roll this one in. Oh, on cue.
Just grabbed the left edge. Back into a share of the lead. Who's going to be the first person to lift the WCM Mexico Senior Open trophy? 2 holes left to play for James Kingston alongside Alker at the top. And after watching James Kingston make them from everywhere, only fair Corey Pavin would join him with a birdie at 16, just his 2nd of the day. What about the race to finish as top Mexican? Unfortunately, no birdie at the last for Alejandro Quiroz, level for the back 9 to finish with a 69. That left the 50-year-old 9 under par overall. But going 3 shots better around the Pacifico golf course was Esteban Toledo. A 7th birdie of the day coming at 18 in a superb 66 that left him at 12 under par. Nice hug from the amigos. 2 back, and with holes running out, Greg Owen knew he needed to make everything. Back within 1 at 14 under par, with that at 15. But it was the Legends Tour #1 of 2022, James Kingston, who continued to impress most. Par 5 17th, not quite on in 2, but 2 from there took him to 9 under for the round and back into the lead.
2003 PGA champion Sean McKeel on Oak Hill. Nice approach shot at 16. And a nice putt.
2 under for the day now is McKeel, 10 under par. 2 par 5s in the last 4 holes, so good scoring opportunities.
Yeah, just a layup there for Steve. Never easy coming out of this rough to judge the distance. Looked like he made good contact. Oh my, oh, you can't finish there. That is a no-no.
Well, James Kingston won't be aware of that, but he'd love to squeeze one more birdie out of this fantastic final round.
That was a huge drive he's hit there. Just a short iron in. Oh, my word. That was 5 paces short of being absolutely stiff.
So how do you play this?
With a great deal of skill. Got to pick the club up quickly, chop down on it. Not easy. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Take a bow.
Yeah, that's an 11 out of 10.
It really is. What a sensational shot that was.
Well, that was one fantastic bunker shot. Kingston would like something similar here. Rather more straightforward, though.
More straightforward from the middle of the bunker for James. Just lands on the down slope and rolls forward. Nicely done from James.
His hopes alive of winning every season on the Legends Tour since 2021.
Well, after that little bit of magic from the sand, we could give him this one, really. Oh,
it's in. He birdied this hole the other 2 days, but I think that par might be even better than those birdies.
That was a terrific par, wasn't it? And this will be a nice par. Difficult 18th hole, but James so close to getting his second shot into birdie range, but what a round of golf.
The best score of the week by 3 shots, 63. Will it be enough? The clubhouse target's been set. Only the hottest player in seniors golf the last 3 years, Stephen Alker, you would think could deny Kingston one of the rounds of the season. A sensational 63 from James Kingston. Welcome back to the Legends Tour and the closing stages of the WCM Mexico Senior Open. Not the final day that Peter Baker had been hoping for. Even with this eagle at the 17th, Baker won over for the round. Not surprising then to see little in the way of reaction from the Englishman. It's only a couple of months since Brian Davis made his Legends Tour debut in France, and he was putting together 3 consistent days. This at 17, taking Davis to 9 under, well placed on the leaderboard. After opening up with a couple of 68s, it was a final day 70 for Sean McKeel, the American major champion, safely inside the top 10 at 10 under par. Greg Owen continued to impress. He'd already picked up 6 birdies in the final round at Punta Mita. By the time he reached the par 5 17th, Owen may have not been enamoured by his approach, but it did lead to another birdie, heading for a 5th top 8 finish of the season. Now one behind James Kingston. Stephen Alker responded like a champion he is. Looking to add to the win he picked up on the Champions Tour in Hawaii at the start of the year, he gave himself another great look at birdie at 16. And it was one he wasn't going to turn down. Back alongside James Kingston at the summit. Playing in the fifth last group, Kingston's brilliant 63 set the target at 16 under par. If Alka grabs another birdie though in the last two holes, he'll walk away with the win.
Left-hand rough for Simon Kahn here on the 17th. Short par 5. Difficult to see where the ball finishes because of that hump. Flag tucked behind it, but he'll be quite happy with that one.
Apparently Stephen Alka's got a new nickname, Reverend. It's because he's bought a converted church in Scotland where his son is going to live.
His son at Stirling University. Now can he negotiate the hump on the front right of this green? Carries it. Stay there, stay there. That's fine. Sets up an eagle opportunity for him.
Nicely played by the Reverend. 5 times a PGA Tour runner-up, Brian Davis. After his surgery 7 years ago, though, didn't know he'd actually get a chance to be playing seniors golf.
Yeah, nice to see him out playing here again, and had a lovely approach shot into the final hole.
Down the slope here for Simon Kahn.
Yeah, it's a pretty good result from the second shot. Never easy to judge out of the rough. Can he judge this one from distance right? It's on a good line. Oh, terrific putt. Kick in for birdie for Simon.
Yeah, just those 3 bogeys on the card today really stopping him having a real chance of winning.
Good luck with this one, Peter. This is quick down the hill. Not easy to finish short, but Peter's managed it there. Oh dear. One of those afternoons for him.
Back to 17, and if Alka is to make a birdie in the last 2 holes, you feel like this is the best chance.
Yes, it's sort of just over a 4, isn't it, this par 5, and oh, that's not his finest effort.
No guarantee there.
Just bobbled a bit through the fringe, didn't it? Always comes up short when that happens. Quick down the hill, left to right for Brian. Close with the birdie. Thank you very much.
Yeah, closing 70. So that'll be a second Legends Tour top 10 for Brian Davis. Playing alongside former Ryder Cup player Peter Baker. Was hoping he might close the gap on Adilson de Silva at the top of the rankings, but that 73 isn't going to narrow it enough, you feel, for him to finish number 1.
No, but he would have in style last year. Go to Mauritius with plenty of good memories for sure.
Alka for the outright lead.
These 6 to 7 footers are critical, and in it goes. No surprise.
Totally clutch from Alka, who is back in the solo lead. The equation fairly straightforward now for him. Par or better at the last, and he'll be the inaugural WCM Mexico Senior Open champion.
Well, Greg Owen could just stiff this one in. A huge drive from Greg. He's just tugged that a bit. Stay there, don't go in the bunker.
This 18th hole, any real danger for Alka?
Yes, there is. If he pulls it a little bit left, it's a tight drive down the left-hand side. The further left you go, the shorter you make your approach shot. But where the pin's cut at the back, you have to finish right of the flag. First of all, get the tee shot on the fairway. Bunker down the right isn't really the line. You're going to keep it left of that. And he finds the fairway. There's a surprise.
Yes, I can't think of him missing too many today. Nicholas courses, the fairways tend to be wider. It is a second shot course.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and this is a great example of it. Now Rich on the back right hand side on 18. Been a tough day for him, but that was a tidy little chip shot.
Another week up there, but not quite able to get over the line. Simon can't.
Yeah, it's just easy to bite off a little bit too much down the left hand side, but Simon looks like he's pleased with that one. And he sure has. Middle of the fairway. Makes the second shot so much easier.
Just avoided the bunker with his second here, Greg Owen.
Yeah, the intermittent rain showers have just softened the course up a little bit. Just bobbled coming off the fringe onto the green there for Greg, but it was a good approach and another good week for him.
Excellent couple of days, back-to-back 66s, and that's going to be a third place finish of the season. He finishes at 15 under par. Playing alongside Rich Beam. One or two making sure they enjoy themselves watching on.
Yeah, the margaritas went down very nicely. The hospitality was absolutely top draw, as was that putt from Rich. Good up and down to finish, but a sad 76 on the final day.
Yeah, that'll be enough to just about keep inside the top 20 at 5 under. Two players yet to finish.
Yeah, Simon will know that there's not much room left of this flag, and certainly that bunker will probably lead to a bogey 5 if he finds it. Keep it right. And he has done. That's a terrific approach shot there. Sensibly played.
Yeah, very good from Khan. Anywhere on the green, I suppose, for Alka will do.
Well, not necessarily short and left. It is on the green, but leaves a tricky shot. This is going to be right, almost on that palm tree, right of the flag. That would be his aiming point. Bang on.
Well, 2 putts from there will do it for Alka. Yeah, the gallery's building. There's James Kingston after his 63. I suppose he knows now playoff is very unlikely given where Alka's left it.
That's right, Keith Horn and Adilson alongside Helen Baker. Enjoying some refreshments, ready to crown the champion.
Well, that's the perfect cosy down there.
And he knew it. He knew it. What a great week for Stephen Alka. What a story, having turned 50. Win after win after win.
Can't catch Greg Owen. Looks very secure in 4th place. Come up short, which pretty much sums up the day.
It does for Simon, but a win's just around the corner for him. He's regular up there in the top 10.
Yeah, he's had a 2nd, a 3rd and a 4th now this season. Let's hope it's not too far away. You never know. Mauritius coming up. Just the final shot of the day to come. The smallest of putts, but a winning one. Those victories just keep coming for Stephen Alka.
Sensational stuff, isn't it? Great to see him playing on the Legends Tour.
He is the man with the Midas touch. He continues that golden streak. James Kingston has to settle for 2nd place, but what a great effort from him. A first Legends Tour title for Stephen Alka, the WCM Mexico Senior Open champion. Another trophy to add to the collection.
Yeah, it feels fantastic. I knew there were some chasers and the wind was down today, so I knew I had to go out and golf the ball and make some birdies. So pleased. I mean, we've got wonderful hosts. We've got Lee and Lorena here, Vandervelde partners, and to get an invite from Jean, you know, one of our favourites out on the tour. It's been amazing. So my wife and I have had a blast here this week.
And one of the key moments, that bunker shot at 15.
I'm just thinking to myself, if I can just make 6, I'll be happy, and it came out perfectly. That was one that really kept me at the top. And that's a great thing about the tour. We're out here competing at 50 plus and still playing and competing, so it's been amazing.
One event left to play on the Legends Tour season, and it's a lead of just over 760 points for Adilson de Silva over Scott Hend. James Kingston jumps into 7th place.
So there we have it, the winner of the WCM Mexico Senior Open, Steve Alker, with a 17 under total, putting a bow on his amazing year. We'll see you next at the MCB Tour Championship in Mauritius.